In 1995, a blind guru released nerve gas into the Tokyo subway. His name was Shoko Asahara. His followers were not the desperate or the broken. They were chemists, physicists, doctors from elite universities. So how do you turn a genius into a killer? Step 1. Rewrite reality. Asahara wrapped his cult in anime, science fiction, and prophecies of apocalypse. Step 2. Induce surrender. Recruits drank LSD in initiation rituals, then attributed the hallucinations to spiritual awakening. Step 3. Structure obedience. He built a shadow government, ministries, departments, ranks. Each member became a cog who only saw their tiny task. No one held the whole crime. This is the engine of atrocity. Fragment the mind, then fragment the responsibility. Brilliance does not protect you. It only makes you a better instrument. The smartest minds built the gas. The guru only had to point. March 20th, 1995. Tokyo. The morning rush hour moves like clockwork. Millions of commuters packed into trains, reading newspapers, half asleep. Then 5 men board separate cars on 3 subway lines. Each carries a plastic bag wrapped in newspaper. Inside, liquid sarin, a nerve agent developed by Nazi chemists. They pierce the bags with sharpened umbrella tips and walk away. 13 people die. Thousands are injured. A nation is shattered. The men who did this were not soldiers. They were graduates of Japan's finest universities. This is the story of how that happened. Shoko Asahara was born Chizuo Matsumoto in 1955, partially blind from birth. He attended a school for the visually impaired, where he reportedly dominated his fully blind peers, an early taste of power over those weaker than himself. He failed to enter Tokyo University. He turned instead to acupuncture, folk medicine, and fraud. But fraud was not enough for him. He wanted devotion. In 1984, he founded a yoga and meditation group. By 1987, it had a name, Aum Shinrikyo, Supreme Truth. He claimed he could levitate. He claimed enlightenment. He claimed to be Christ reborn, and remarkably, brilliant people believed him. Here is the central puzzle. Aum's inner circle held degrees in medicine, physics, biochemistry, and engineering. Why would the educated surrender their minds? The answer is counterintuitive. Intelligence is not immunity. Highly trained minds crave coherent systems. They are skilled at building elaborate justifications. Japan in the late 1980s offered crushing pressure, rigid careers, social conformity, spiritual emptiness. Asahara offered the opposite, cosmic significance, a grand narrative, a war between good and evil in which the recruit was a hero. The smarter the mind, the more sophisticated the cage it can build for itself. Asahara understood storytelling. He borrowed heavily from anime and science fiction, particularly tales of psychic warriors and coming apocalypse. He framed the modern world as already doomed, poisoned by materialism. He spoke of Armageddon, a final cleansing. His followers would survive as a spiritual elite. This is a psychological mechanism called apocalyptic framing. When you convince someone the world is ending, ordinary morality dissolves. rules made for a normal world no longer apply. Every extreme act becomes necessary. Every atrocity becomes mercy. Then came the initiations. Aum used drugs, including LSD, in what they called spiritual experiences. A recruit's brain, flooded with a powerful hallucinogen, produces overwhelming, unexplainable sensations. Asahara supplied the explanation. This is enlightenment. This is your guru's power flowing through you. The brain seeks meaning for intense states. He hijacked that need. They drank his bathwater. They wore electrode caps called the perfect salvation initiation, believing they synchronized brainwaves with the master. Each ritual deepened dependence. Each surrender made the next easier. This is gradual commitment, small steps that lock the door behind you. Now the most chilling mechanism, Asahara built a shadow government inside his cult. There was a ministry of science and technology, a ministry of health, a ministry of intelligence, even a ministry of construction. This was not theater. It was control architecture. By assigning ranks and departments, Asahara fragmented the work of mass murder. A chemist refined sarin without ever releasing it. A driver transported materials without knowing their purpose. A believer assembled components as a test of faith. No single person held the whole crime in their hands. Psychologists call this diffusion of responsibility. When tasks are split, guilt is split until it nearly vanishes. Each cog could tell themselves, I only did my small part. By 1994, Aum had already tested sarin in the city of Matsumoto, killing 8. When police closed in, Asahara ordered the Tokyo subway attack, a strike designed to trigger the very apocalypse he had prophesied. The attack failed to start a war, but it ended the cult. Asahara was arrested, hiding in a tiny concealed cell within his own compound, surrounded by cash. He was executed in 2018. The Aum case dismantles a comforting myth. We tell ourselves that only the foolish are captured by cults, that education protects us. It does not. Asahara's method was a machine, apocalyptic story, chemical surrender, and bureaucratic fragmentation. Plug brilliant minds into that machine, and they become precision instruments. The guru did not need to build the weapon. He only needed to build the men who would.